It's but is Dark Moon working on this? Because we're paused right now.
I'm a check-in. Yep, we can hear it. We can hear it. Can you guys hear us?
Houston, we've solved our problem.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. Don't know how much you guys heard or not.
Alright, looks like we have, Udalar's equipping the Mazza.
Yep, we've had an early massa. We've had the key from the king. You want to we give a quick one down of where everything was.
Yeah, everything was in a box, a chest, or given to you from a key item vendor. That's my recap.
Yeah, pretty much. We got some beads. Also some sea hags. Looks like Rob is
level 4 white.
So Vadalar getting their massa. I mean, free massa anytime it's in the pool. That is good.
Looks like we got 2 of our runners in the volcano. Probably going to try to take out Carrie while they're down here, I would imagine.
Considering there's also a key item in here in the red dragon chest.
Hey, Gregley, what's happening, man?
Ooh, and a mage tile find in the volcano. Mage fighter, actually, that's still decent experience.
Yeah, and it usually goes down to a litany 3, so they're usually not that tough.
Most definitely. I mean, not the end-all be-all. Ooh, Agus shield pickup. Fighter Mage, not the best experience, but still good enough to get you a few levels.
Well, yeah, right now you're just looking at the levels, so you can take down that thing at the bottom called carry, that's all. Because you don't want to double dip this place if you can avoid it.
Most definitely.
Duck Derby hype!
Hype!
Alrighty, and we're getting, Rob's gonna learn the Lefenish language in about 3 seconds.
The language of the High Elves. Whatever you want to call them. Also picking up some Fire 3.
Yeah, spells are rounding out quite nicely. They're not really gonna need nuke at this point. It'd be nice to see, but if they do,
it's 6, 7, or 8. Saw it. No, wait, that was Fate at level 4, so yeah, it's probably level 7. I don't remember if we've seen... We have seen the level 6 magic, so it's probably 7 or 8.
Alright, we got Rob's on the fly, Udalar's on the fly, Roll Noob's doing some healing, and it looks like Devio's still doing a grind here.
I mean, it is a very good grind tile, especially having a black belt, getting some quick EXP.
Yeah, it looks like Devio's about to go black belt strats here from the looks of things. Those mages down on one knee here are kind of getting low.
Most definitely.
Ooh, mages with some squint.
I mean, squint is actually very useful for getting down unwedded characters.
Oh yeah, I think this is Devio's black belt to 42. Punch engaged, crush all.
Not yet, but on the way to it. Sadly,
Udalar is getting the bad news about the trap tile you don't want to see.
I mean, bad men are actually a decent grind tile, provided you have the spells to take them down in one go.
And they don't hit you with stun touch. That usually doesn't help anywhere.
Yeah, sadly. Also, we have Rob over at Ice Cave, I believe. I've been playing too much practice seeds for the 2v2.
Looks like Utilar is going to check the trap tiles here in Earth, and we have Royal Noob and Devio in the volcano. So all of our runners are actually going in a Fiend dungeon, except for Rob. So
I mean, they're checking key item locations. We know that they're all going to be there. Zombles. Having a black belt, Zombles are actually a decent grind tile.
yeah, until they have Perilous Touch.
Yeah, true enough. True enough.
If you're gonna do a solo grind with a black belt, you don't want to hit an enemy with a touch, because any touch is a bad touch when you're flying solo.
Yep, bad touch, bad touch. Although we haven't seen the good old-fashioned Agava tile yet, or any of the 3 eyes, but looks like Royal Noob is our first onto the carry floor.
Yeah, he's going to equip that fighter with the good armor. Looks like he's going after carry. He's not going to check the chest at the side, so that tells me it's probably not incentivized. And here we go. Carry's going to temper up that fighter. Fast that fighter. Oh, Carry comes out with Dark. Dark does nothing.
Yeah.
Mass goes out. Big swing with the Massa. 8 hits. And Carry's terminated.
Yep.
Didn't quite see the damage because I think the screen froze, but with the Mazda, I can assume it was around 800 damage or so, or more.
Actually, I'm not sure if the incentive location is there or not, but all our runners need tonight are the access to the 4 Fiend dungeons, so we're looking for the Oxyale, the Chime, the GameCube, and the Rod.
Well, we have the Chime. We still need the Oxyale and the Cube.
As we do know where the Rod is. Ooh, a Sun Sword pickup for Rob. I'd say that's great if we didn't have the Massa.
Yeah, it looks like Royal Noob's picked up the Rod, so he'll be able to go down and beat up Lich.
Through the speed bumps, both of them.
Looks like Devio's going to be next to step into the layer of Carry. And we're going to get a look at the chest here.
Also, we're seeing the Prince receive his medication.
Yeah, that Prince receives the good stuff.
It's the most finest ingredient available.
So yeah, folks, remember to give these runners a follow. I'm not sure if the links will show up in chat. If they do, you know, these are all new runners. Probably some of them might be new to Twitch, some not. So I'm sure they would appreciate a follow.
Yep. I mean, you know, that's the one good thing about the Duckling Derby and the Duckling program entirely. The community does a great job with making sure they've done this forever, making sure if you're a newer runner, you know, helping them learn, you know, teach them, you know, just get them to be, you know, very good runners.
Looks like we got the double black belt going, or black mage going on Rob's side here. So looks like Utilar is going to check that treasury. Royal Noob's down in ice, and Devio is flying.
I mean, I literally got words written up for for one, you know, actually being on the ship, and I've seen a lot of runners. Ooh, we found the Oxyale actually sing during flying around.
Yeah, I'm just off my meds tonight, so.
Oh, don't worry. I had to work a horrible day today, you know, outside in the heat, so I think we're all just going to be entertaining tonight, folks.
Looks like we have a little stake grind going here. But a red mage, and I believe that's the black belt, I want to say?
That is the black belt, because they're punching.
Alright, so it looks like our black belt grind is on Devio's side.
Devi, of course, using the Valkyries of Light sprites, if I'm noticing them correctly, I think.
Looks like Utilar might be grinding on this mage fighter tile here, so I think Devio will probably take the black belt to 32, and then that should be Punch Man, you know, one Punch Man activated, and
Saitama. It's Saitama. If you know the show, it's Saitama. Either way.
Yo, Q, what's up, man? Yeah, these seeds normally last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, so pretty much half over. So I think we're just in grind mode, find a few more key items, and head for the final boss, which is alternate final boss, so it's not going to be chaos.
And it's also a short turf. It's also a short Topher because they start with the loot.
Yeah, short Topher is nice. Alright, looks like we're down to the solo black belt now. Black belt versus steak. It's gonna tenderize that steak something nice. Alright, so Devio's in grind mode. Udalar is out of the volcano. Looks like Royal Noob and Rob are both in ice caves, so.
This is going to be an interesting thing on that one. With the Tyro Wyvern grind, this is going to be very interesting. Would you Canuck, everything we've seen so far?
We've seen a lot of people pick up a lot of items in a short amount of time that a lot of other people had that didn't want.
I mean, they also picked up a very shiny stick from the ground. Shiny!
When you got Massa, all is right with the world. So we'll see how far Devio decides to take this. I don't think he's going to go any farther than 32, I wouldn't think, anyway. Ooh, White Dragons with Blizzard. That is not good for Rob right there.
No, it isn't.
Because I don't think we've seen a life... Never mind, I'm a liar. I see life 2 at level 5.
Yeah, we blanked and we missed it.
Looks like Rob had to reset out because those dragons got a little too much for him.
At least they know what they have to deal with for the tile. And that Frost Giant Frost Wolf pack. Great for EXP if you can always get the first strike and can take him out in a single hit. But dangerous sometimes as well.
Well, Devio is now at level 32, and it looks like he's taken off, so I was right.
Yep. With this type of flag set, Black Belt grind to 32, you don't need to go higher than that unless it's something really ridiculous. And in most cases, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, plus now Devio's got a ton of money from the grind, so he can buy his rod. He's just got to find the rest of his key items and go down and beat up a couple of fiends, because even though it's a short Topher, you still do have to take on 2 of the 4 fiends. So K2 can still spoil your day.
I would have thought Tia too.
Looks like Royal Noob wiped some Frost Giant or Frost Wolves with Lightning too. That's never a good sign. Especially in Ice Cave, because they're rampant down there.
I mean, do you want to explain what our runners get for winning the entire Duck Derby, Canuck?
They get the title of Duck Supreme for 6 months, and they also get to take on the previous Duck Supreme, which I do believe is Groggy Dog at this point in time.
I believe they have to earn that title from them, though, but either way. And also there's Warp, Fire 3, and Lock, as well as Zap.
Zap's not a bad spell early, because it's a multiple target AoE, so Zap can always be handy at the start of the game.
Oh, I 100% agree. You would be... I mean, I can't tell you the number of seeds that Zap has carried me until I've gotten a good sweeper.
Aha, Gregory's got me, that is correct. Would anyone run solo BM? Yeah, probably Will Bloodsworth. He seems like the solo kind.
I think it was 5 or 6 hour 500% solo thief needed during the very first tournament exhibition match after the tournament. Yeah, he'll run solo anything.
Alright, let's take Royal Noob is now making his way through ice, but this Frost... Oh, the Frostwolf pack is on the trap tile, so that's never good. It looks like it's runnable, so I don't know why he's deciding to stick around.
I think it's because, honestly, if they are easy to go down, then that's a lot of tasty experience.
Yeah, but there's a lot of tasty people going down.
Very true on that one.
Q, we have not seen Marsh, nor will I think we will see Marsh tonight.
I don't have the list of incentivized locations in front of me, but since there's no loose items, excuse me, if the incentivized location for Marsh and the Marsh locked are on, then we might. I do know that we have seen Corneria locked be on that one.
Looks like we're going to look at the bottle here, as well as we may get a look at what's in ice. Oh yeah, he's doing the warp trick. And there's our Oxy Ale.
Yep, the canoe.
And there's a canoe we may need, because the waterfall may have something, or ordeals. So the canoe is an important item, even though we do have the airship.
I think ordeals, at the very least, will be an incentivized location. It almost always is, and Grigglypuff and Chad pointing out Marsh is not incentivized, so we will not see Marsh tonight.
Looks like Devio's going to give us a look at what Lupa Lupa has tonight.
The Lepenish, the capital of the High Elves, basically, where the airship was built, actually.
Ooh, a tail.
The tail.
That's going to be handy for some people. Not so much for Devio, because he's doing black belt strats. Still going to help his red mages.
I think they will promote, though. Wait, resetting out of it?
Just reset out of it. I don't... With a fighter level 32, you really do not need to promote. Because, I mean, if you promote your black belt, he loses, like, his magic defense if you gain any more levels.
Goes to 2, if I recall correctly, instead of 4. So, yes, however, depending on the mages and spells. But either way.
Looks like these wizards are giving Rob all he can handle. Oh, the mummies are getting the best of Utilar right now, and Royal Noob is taking a beating in the ice cave. The ice cave is taking out the ugly stick and beating him to death with it.
I mean, don't you mean the ugly bones? It's the R bones that are dealing with it?
Alright, Rob is at Crescent Lake. I think he's going to buy his rod. In Rod we trust.
And let's see, still having enough? Yep, buys the rod. I don't know about you, Canuck, but if I'm picking up my vendor item stupidly late in the game, I always just like going for the meme of just buying 10 of them. If I've got the money for it, just buy 10 of them. Because nothing beats just wasting a bunch of gold because you can.
Looks like Utilar is about to take on Carrie now. Royal Noob is going back in ice, and looks like Devio's giving us a look at the waterfalls, so see what the robot's doing tonight.
I mean, we are a cube away from, no mode at the very least, since we know where the Oxyel is.
Alright, looks like Utilar's going to go with a bit of defensive strats. Going to put up an Invis 2. He's going to fast that fast the Thief, because I think the Thief's wielding the Mazza, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Yes,
there's the Mazza, 6 hits. Didn't see the damage numbers again, but... Coming from a Thief, I don't imagine it's big damage. Probably 300 to 400, I'd say.
Also, incoming out from Carrie, looks like 2 damage was the 2 hits, 2 damage on whatever unit hit last. Probably the red mage with a black belt.
Four hits, 113 I saw there from the masses, so... Carrie might be a little beefy, but... Oh, out comes the fade. 284. Carrie's faded into the volcano.
Yeah, I was gonna say faded into the darkness, but volcano works too. Silver, hold on a minute. We are about to see what the robot gives us. And today's item is a crystal.
Oh, sure. Take the robot's vision away and give it to the old lady.
I mean, the crystal is basically letting her see the giant flaming eyes of the robot.
Alright, looks like Utilar is now in Ice Cave. Royal Noob is trying to get out of Ice Cave. And Rob,
Grinding.
here's our crystal turn in. He's gonna rob an ice sword, some money, and some more money from the old lady.
And 417 gold.
So, yeah, so this is pretty much a bust. Well, the ice sword will be good. But with the Mazza and, and the black belt swinging, you don't really need any weapons on your red mage, because he's basically just gonna be a fast machine.
I mean, I am a huge fan of, if you have the black belt and you have a good unit to carry that Mazza, throw it on the mat, throw it on there, temper up, fast up, and then if you got nothing else to do, temper and fast up that other unit and just go to town.
You're right. Looks like Devio's doing all the incentivized locations. He's now heading for deals. He's looking for that cube. Once he finds that cube, you're going to see him pound some fiends and head into Topher.
Still needs the Oxyel, so still has to check out Ice Cave, but we know Ice Cave has the Oxyel. Most likely, since we have found the tail, there's a very good chance that the cube is here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's an opal bracelet in the pool. I haven't really been... I never looked at these flags beforehand, because I just figured I'd comms, because I haven't done commentary in probably 6 months, so... I'm trying to figure out if I still remember the game.
Oh, hey, doing it for fun is doing it for fun. I I try to quickly check the flags every now and then, but I'm busy as anything IRL, so... always have fun, though, calling a good race.
Alright, looks like the pillars are shuffled, so... It's not exactly going to be the easiest way. Oh, I hate when it's always the fourth pillar for me, like the one on the far side. Oh, he's got some warp, though, so we should be okay.
I mean, the better question is, when is the pillars not shuffled? And Oxyel pick up for Royal?
And looks like we're lightning 3 down some Argoyles, because they're always dangerous. No, it's not number 2.
Number 3?
No, it's number 4. I never knew that fourth pillar existed till I started running the randomizer.
I mean, it's not used in vanilla. I would love to see where it goes in vanilla, but I'm betting you that's the one that goes back to the beginning.
Alright, Royal Noob is past that pack. He's down a couple of people, so hopefully he can make his way out of here.
Yep, and
Alright, it feels true. Let's see what the trap tile is. Oh, a bunch of fish you can't run from. Man, fishermen would love this.
I mean, Karibs gives some very good EXP. I have grinded on that before. I'm pretty sure you have too, Canuck.
Yeah, normally when I see Caribs, they got nuke or something bad, so it's not really fun. Sorry, that sword's not allowed in here, please. Please take that trash elsewhere.
Hey, now. Vorpal is still good. Its crit rate is high. And we have the TNT. Wow.
Ooh, another turn little fetchy quest we can do here.
Ooh, and the air tile as well.
Looks like Utilar also noped out of the tail. Find that kind of weird with his party comp.
Does have a black belt. Do not know the level though. And also at level 7 we have Wall.
Wall's not a bad spell if you don't have ribbons, which we have not seen yet, so... With no ribbons, if this alternate final boss decides to have anywhere close to some spells, it could be rough.
I mean, woo! T-Rex! The highest actual D&D... highest amount of EXP you can find from an overworld enemy. That's right, but you saw...
pool 7 enemies.
And
Rob's in some trouble here, but he does manage to get lightning threes off, so he will get out of that fight.
also, Vadalor picking up their canoe.
Looks like Rob's checking the chest here. Nobody else decided to check the. Oh,
Power bonk.
power bonk. That's gonna be nice.
Bonk.
But I think our two black belt users actually. Oh, there's
Okay. There's the game view from the dwarves.
So there's go mode. So once Devio hits the ice cave, he is in go mode.
I mean, I guess.
You can only figure if he's doing incentivized locations, that's where he's going next.
I believe so. Flying towards it. Yep. We'll have a runner in go mode really soon.
Just check the SRL room. We still don't have any finishers. So it's still up for grabs here.
We have 30 racers in this one tonight, folks. And just like an old school Mario Kart, it's going by points.
Yeah, so you better get your banana peels and your turtle shells out now, because you're gonna need to trip some people up.
Don't forget the don't forget the fierce and all-powerful blue shell. Unless you got a horn, which now breaks it.
Okay, we got Royal Noob heading through Earth now, so gonna get our first look at Lich eventually. I don't know if he's gonna check any chests or not. And you would think now, would you be scared to go without a ribbon, or are you just gonna be like, okay, it's final boss, maybe if I get off some good spells, some turn order, they're weak? Or would you really want to hunt for a ribbon at this point?
It's short Topher. You've got to fight two fiends. You can save before it, as long as you get through. And depending on the final boss, unless it's Wackagarland or Wackacat, whichever you prefer, you can go without a ribbon.
Alright, and Devio's got the Oxyale, so chances are, I think you might see him just completely warp out of this cave. Yep, I kind of figured that's what he was going to do. So I do believe Devio is our first runner on screen in Go mode.
Yes, I do believe so.
Yeah, he's got his black belt grinded up, so now it's just a matter of beating down some fiends, I think.
Well, no, wait, just by the rod. So now officially at 40 minutes, 29 seconds, Devio XS is our first runner in Go mode.
So yeah, so now we just gotta beat up some fiends and we'll see what happens.
Beat up some fiends, light some orbs, go from there. Lots of money in the vampire's chest.
Question in chat, Go mode. Yes, we consider Go mode to be when you have all the items you need to complete the game. And in this version, you need a rod, you need a cube and a chime, you need Oxyale, and you need... that is about it. A loot and a key, I suppose.
Although in this case, because we have a short Topher on, basically it sets you to the chaos floor immediately, and you basically only have to fight 2 of the 4 fiends, and we have an alt final boss on.
Alright, looks like that Devio is just go-moding the Earth Cave. Can't blame him. He's got the levels, he's got the tools, he's got the gear, so it's time to get a move on. We got Royal Noob down in the lower floors, not checking chests either, so he is going straight for Lich on this one. Udalar is in the waterfall, and Rob is in Earth as well, so it's a race to the fiends now for some of our runners.
We have 3 other runners in the Earth Cave. Devio taking on, and blink and you miss it, the speed bump is gone.
There goes the Blue Cape Ginger. Alright, let's see how the purple robe does. Oh no, Arachnid's been stunned with trance! No, and he's paralyzed. They got glare! And glare! Down goes. Just one red mage left. Oh, he reset out. That is a bad wipe for Royal right there. Oh, and it looks like Devio's getting the same treatment.
I mean, you saw what the next pack for Royal was when they stepped in again, right? Another set of spiders.
Yeah, spiders are bad, and they're rampant in Earth Cave as well, so...
I mean, makes you wish you could actually bring some bug spray. Oh god, arachnids just before Lich gets out of there though. So let's see, we have Day, some fast, some temper, fasting on that black belt. Gets it off. Swing for 16 hits over 2,000 damage!
No, it was 1,214, I think, but...
Either way, enough to
at this point. It really doesn't matter. Whatever Devio punches, he destroys.
I mean, punch, punch, kick. Kick, kick, punch. Punch, punch, punch. God, what's the name from Parappa the Rapper? Oh yeah, you gotta believe!
Looks like Devio is now heading for the big squid.
I mean, Kraken is Kraken. He's cracking his tentacles in wait for DVO.
So Devio has got a clear lead on our screen. Oh, the unrunnable with Sahag pack.
I still am waiting for them to actually update this into the main site. I've played so many Alpha Seeds where that has been runnable lately.
Yeah, they finally found a way to separate the A and B sides of a fight now, so... Ooh, Ghost getting the jump with some cremate, and Ghost hit like an absolute truck anyway. So I think I'd rather see them hit me with cremate than hit me with their attacks.
I mean, to be precise, they've had the ability to decouple that for a while. It's just been that the Red Sea with Sea battle is the B side of the Pirates fight.
No, I thought it was the Garland fight.
Pirates. That's why it's 9.
Either way, Royal Noob is about to make short work of the Purple People Eater here.
Very true. Very, very true.
Unless he's gonna temper the fighter. Oh, Master comes out swinging. 3 hits something. I didn't see what it did, but no fast. He's just tempering up the fighter. So.
I mean, at least.
Oh, he didn't buy fast. Oh, yes, he did. There it is. It's on one of his red mages.
Yeah. By the way, nice Minnesota Vikings reference.
Oh, the Purple People Eater? I didn't even realize.
Hey. Gotta love the sports references sometimes. And TVO is on Sharknado, checking to check those green chests, hoping for a ribbon. Sadly, no.
Yeah, you might as well pick up greed chests as you're going. I mean, it's just it's handy. You might come up with a spare ribbon, maybe, you know, something good. So pro ring, because if one of the fiends have zap, you're pretty much in the toilet on this one.
I mean, I have literally seen a runner skip vampire tests before, and one of the others was running, you know, stopping in to check it, and that had the last ribbon, and that basically sealed the deal.
Okay, looks like Udalar is doing Ice Cave. Rob Draven's about to take on the Purple People Leader as well. Devio is trying to make his way down to Kraken, and Royal Noob has been flying around for about 30 seconds, so not sure if he knows what he's doing or if he's just a little confused.
I mean, probably trying to remember where they are, as some runners do forget, pressing select and B while in the overworld does bring up the world map. It does show you where you are.
Yeah, and if someone brings up the world map, you gotta take a drink. Map strats are always take a drink. Alright, and here we go, our the big heavy-hitting Kraken one is gonna fast up his red mage with the Mazza, fast up his black belt, and this is probably gonna be over quick.
Yep, let's see here. Punch for 13 hits. 1120 something.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter at this point.
As I said, punch, punch, kick, 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 punch, 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 punch. You just gotta believe.
So Devio, 3 orbs lit, 1 fiend to go. He's gonna race for that sky tower. Sky, 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 as people like to say.
Yeah, Mirage Tower, Sky Palace, the dump, if you're one of those people that likes to drop the Vorpal off there, the home of the giant war mech, take your pick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I invented the dropping the Vorpal out of the sky tower.
I mean, the Vorpal is still good. The Vorpal is very good. It will carry you through the game if you need it.
Alright, Devio about to enter Mirage. Can't see him checking any chests except for greed, so he's probably just gonna fly right through. Utilar's trying to make it through ice. Rob looks like took down Lich, so he's... Oh, he found a ribbon! A ribbon in the chest and earth.
Ooh, that's actually huge.
That could make a big difference if this alt final boss decides to be a pain in the butt.
Or it's Wacka Chaos, and they have a lot of good spells. Because we did not see what Garland had. And looks like Royal...
Looks like Royal News about to pick up his tail. Rob is making his way to Earth. Uh-oh, jumped by some arachnids. Hopefully they don't use trance, but he does have a ribbon now, so he should be okay. Utilar's trying to make it out of Ice Cave. Pumping those little chicken legs on that black belt to get out of there. Devio just working his way through Sky here, not even stopping to check boxes. Ooh, unrunnable rock goals. They're usually not too bad, but they can be a pain if they start hitting hard. Ooh, I don't like man cats. I never did. Alright, Rob is heading straight for Lich. Oh, Ron Noob with some spinks, but slow. Slow ain't bad, but looks like he's heading for ordeals, Royal Noob. Meanwhile, Devio is almost... I don't know if Warmech is required in this or not. I'm going to say no, since it's a Duck Derby. Looks like Devio's going to check some greed chests, money, silver Cheerio, a cabin, and some more money, so... I would say those are the last boxes you'll see Devio check in this game. Oh, he's going left and up? That's not the way you go. Okay, folks, get that Bless RNG out. You might get to see a big metal chicken. No metal chicken tonight. Alright, sleep stun level 7. Looks like Rob is in Gaia. Probably gonna check his bottle out. Meanwhile, Tiamat is probably gonna go down quite quickly here. There's the Mega Punch Man. And that puts Devio in absolute go mode, ready to hit the Temple of Fiends running like a truckload of bricks. Still no finishers, so I seem to have lost my broadcast partner, maybe? Maybe I lost...
Sorry about that. Microphone came unplugged. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, good. Let's see what we have.
Devio, the first one to enter at the 52-minute mark, and he goes left and he hits Tiamat.
Tiamat basically wanting revenge for the last fight.
There's some Fire 3. Oh, bad turn order on the Massa and on the Black Belt. So, this fight's gonna go another round.
Yeah, but still looks like Tia does not have that much evasion. So this is going to be really easy. We've got 7 hits, bunch of damage, but this... Ooh, instant absorb. Oh, nuke.
Go right. Go right, Devio. Go right.
Go right, young...
Oh, it doesn't get any better. Alright, let's see if
Yeah.
Kraken hits worse or better than the Black Belt. Well, we got good turn order though with the fastest time, so massive 5 hits. Didn't see the damage. Black Belt
10
10
hits over 500.
Kraken
Two.
still standing after 1400 damage.
I mean, it's not going to be that bad. Let's see, another hit or two. Kraken 2 goes down. A flurry of blows.
Is it going to be Lich or is it going to be Carry he's going to run into here? Looks like Royal Noob has made it through the maze. Rob Draven has his tail, and Udalar is trying to make his way through Earth.
We have Lich.
Alright.
The metaphorical speed bump, or if you're Ragnarok 782, the actual proverbial speed bump, because that's the alt sprite they have for Lich.
We actually have a first place finisher. Life Reboot has finished with an SRL time of 53 minutes, 25 seconds.
So we have Lich and friends. We have Lich and friends. A bunch of phantoms, and then a 2 Lich 2s.
Looks like it's going to be down to the black belt on this one. If those phantoms don't die relatively soon. Oh, Lich has...
Yeah, but yep. Punch,
Oh,
punch, punch,
down
kick,
to one
kick,
punch,
kick.
man.
Oh! Oh! Took down the black belt.
Yeah, this is all final boss. Isn't fooling around. This is where, well, I mean, the ribbon's not going to help you against nuclear anyway, because you're going down to nuclear whether you got a ribbon or not.
I mean, it's gonna help you if it's 1 point of absorb.
Alright, looks like Rob is heading for the waterfall here. He's promoted, he's class changed. Our first runner to class change on stream here.
I mean, I don't blame the other runners for not choosing to pick up the tail. I mean, after all, it does take a bit of time to walk back. And you have Massa, so you can just manage to walk through on its own. And looks like Devio is back to fight Lich 2 for the 3rd time.
Alright, Udalar is about almost at Lich, but here's a pack of spiders. Now you gotta attack the spiders, because if they get turn order before you, you could be in trouble.
You see them, you see Devio making the adjustment, probably going to immediately start attacking those Liches.
And Udalar is stun locked. One fight before carry. There's only one the arachnids decide to run.
Ouch! On Devio's side, getting hit with a nuclear immediately.
Yeah. Oh, and the Phantom just wipes out the black belt. Those Phantoms and Liches are hitting hard, so
I believe
final boss.
I believe the Phantoms are the Liches, so the ghouls are the Phantoms. Ouch! This is, I mean, with proper turn order, you should be able to take down both Liches if you're lucky and they just roll for attacks. And as Wigglypuff pointing out in chat, Devio fighting the Fun Dead.
We have another finisher. Psytown has finished in second place with a time of 57 minutes and 17 seconds.
Let's hope we see another, if Devio is lucky, should be able to get a sub-hour time as well.
So I'm not sure, but how many how many ducks get points for finishing? Gregory, can you help me on this one?
I think at least the top 5, if not higher. I think on that one, I think it's like 9, then something else, then something else, then something else. Probably down to 8 people. So let's see. We have the starting on the Chaos Fight again. See, opting for some fire 3, opting for some attacks, and opting for some attacks. Hoping to immediately get down one of those liches before nuclear comes out. Fire 3 coming out. Still a bunch of damage. And one of those mages goes down, punching, gets rid of one of those liches. And there's 2 coming out. And we're now on to the next turn. Some more fists, some more fights. Opting to just solely go on that lich. Will we actually see the kill before then? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Just as an FYI, there are 30 players in the entire Duck Derby this year, or this season, and all 30 can score if they finish.
Okay, we're just being informed. Since there's 30 players, all of them will get at least a point and can score points. Looks like DVO is opting to...
DVO's got to make some adjustments because he's getting nowhere fast. So he's got to figure out what he can do to adjust to a situation. So I don't know what he's gonna do, but
Harm 4. I'm pretty sure they're looking for... no, not opting for the Harm 4. Thought we may have seen that, but remembering to check the chest. Money is soft potion, heal helmet. That's good enough. And some money.
Alright, looks like Udalar and looks like Rob Craven and Royal Noob are about to hit Kraken 1. And Udalar is doing his black belt grind now on that same tile Devio did earlier.
I mean, it's a very good tile. I think the only tile that would have beaten it is maybe a T-Rex or something, but that's normally not on a tile.
We have a third place finisher. Foolish Feline has finished with a time of 1 hour and 15 seconds.
And looks like DVO is on the Fund Dead fight again.
Gregory, stop lying to us. 26-1 for the rest of the places. That's good. At least everybody has a chance to score a point or two. And Devio's going at it again. I don't know. He didn't really change his strategy any, so it's going to be difficult to see. He's going to try to AoE them down. I think I tried to AoE them all down. I'm not sure how good punching is going to get you at this point, especially with nuclear coming. And then the Phantoms just started beating you to a pulp.
I mean, in this thing, oh god, yeah, second nuclear.
Yeah, I don't know what DVO can do to change the situation at this point. I mean, the only thing I can see is drop the thief and go back and grind with your other 2 people because, Kraken reaches out and touches Gwen.
The only thing I could see is maybe picking, hoping for turn order. That's all I can see is right now hoping for turn order. Because I'd also temper fast on that black belt and then immediately just go to town because that should be enough to take care of at least one of the liches and enough power to take out the other one as well on the following turn. What are your thoughts on that as an adjustment, Canuck?
I think I'd drop the thief like a bad habit. I'd go out, I'd raise the black belt and the red mage up a little bit more so you can get a few more blasts of like level 7 or 8 and hopefully pick up a nuke. And hopefully those phantoms will go down to 1 nuke, or at least 2 nukes.
I mean, I think the biggest problem is going to be the nuclears coming out as the first skill.
Yeah, that's the problem, but when you got those phantoms hitting you for over 100, 150 every time, I mean, if you get enough HP, I mean, if nuclear rolls low, at least you can survive it.
I mean, if you can get through those liches, you should be good.
Meanwhile, Royal Noob has 2 orbs lit. Looks like he has all he needs for go mode. So he is going to be on his way to killing fiends right now, but he's going to do a little check here in Sky. Meanwhile, Udalar is hitting up Ice, needs his incentivized Oxyale. And Rob Draven is now heading through ordeals to get his whatever it was. I don't remember.
TNT on that one, if I recall correctly.
Well, he got through 1 round. I don't know how much damage he actually did to those phantoms in the back, though. Or those liches in the back.
Well, there comes
those
nuclear.
phantoms are tough, too. Yeah, this is not going Devio's way. He has got to come up with a different strategy.
I think your suggestion and idea of grinding is probably the best option. Yep, going back. Going back.
Meanwhile, we have a 4th place finisher, Sir Link-a-Lot,
A lot.
has finished with a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 49 seconds.
I mean, I know like a lot's good for a lot of different randomizers, as his name implies. He plays Link to the Past, plays a lot of them. Well, not one. I mean, heck, at one point he's even been my team partner for one of the first few co-ops for Link to the Past. But still, GG's to all of our finishers so far.
Yeah, I think Devio needs to drop that Thief, though. Even though the Thief's got the Massa, he's probably not going to do much for you, and you want to get quicker levels on your mages, because your mages need to survive to AoE down those phantoms. That's really your only hope at this point, because you're not going to punch them down with the black belt before they punch you.
Opting for at least just one more level, and apparently Medusa's had something nasty on
Toxic.
Rob's side.
It wasn't pretty.
I mean, I have seen worse. I have seen worse.
Don't you know that you're toxic?
I mean, they're in a toxic environment.
Was that a different voice I just heard?
Nope, I don't think so. Sorry about that.
So we have 26 more ducklings to finish here. It looks like Devio has decided to go with that mage fighter tile you pointed out earlier as a good grind, so.
Yes, and Medusa's basically being in ordeals can be, a bit dangerous on that one.
Yeah, sorry, Life Reboot, I'll stop singing. I know I'm not a singer.
Oh, don't worry. We're all good, at least at some things, or at least in the shower for singing.
Alright, I wonder how the Speed Gaming folks are doing on that stream.
Also, looks like Rob picked up their cue from the dwarves, telling them to get back to work.
We now have a 5th place finisher. The White Deshotel finishes in 5th with a time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 10 seconds.
I'm pretty sure Dwight will probably be, I won't say beating himself up for that one, but Dwight is an amazingly good runner. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, Dwight is my partner in the upcoming co-op tournament here.
Also Opal Shield pickup for Royal.
Looks like Royal's ribbon hunting, I think. He's opening a lot of chests here.
More than likely.
I can't say I blame him because, I mean, it's not going to matter against Nuke and Nuclear. There's not a lot you can do because ribbons don't protect you against that. But I like Royal Noob's idea here of just going with the fighter and the red mage.
I mean, a fighter red mage can get the job done. I mean, heck, even a solo thief can get the job done.
Yeah, that old final boss is a little bit of a pain, though. So, I mean, you gotta hope to have come in with the firepower and actually get your turn rolling.
And looks like at level 29, or at least one of them. I think level 30 on the other.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of them have went hunting for Nuke either. So.
From what we know, I think Nuke has to be at Lefane or at Gaia. So they could go check the Gaia shop and hope that it's there. Otherwise, I don't think any of our runners are going to be walking back to Lefane.
Looks like Rob is now making his way up the Sky Tower. Does he have the cube? Yeah, I guess he does.
Yep,
He must be in mode as well.
Yep, he basically took the dwarves' GameCubes and told them they needed to get back to work.
Yeah, looks like he's going for Fiends here. Gonna pick up a degree, chest, and Tiamat's lair. Looks like Royal Noob is heading for Tiamat as well in go mode.
Too true.
Alright, looks like DVO's having a little bit of an issue here, unless he tried to get those people killed, maybe. I think he's probably going to take his fighter to 42 and hope for the best.
I mean, I think this black belt is already at least over level 32. Has, 33 now? Yeah, I think they're trying to actually just get some experience on that one. And although one of their units did go down, they should still be able to survive all this.
Royal Noob lights his third orb, and he has one orb left. The orb of the Earth before he can go into TOFR and take on this final boss.
You mean he's got to orbit the entire Earth to get through a boss?
Hey, I'm not the brains of this outfit, remember? You are. I'm here for the lulz.
Hey, no comment on that one. But looks like DVO is opting for it, and also on Rob's side, we have a Bridge of Destiny. Sadly, no robot chicken.
We've been there's been no robot chicken all night on our side so far. It looks like we got DVO's gonna give it another shot. Kraken takes one hit, wipes out the red mage, and decides to leave.
Also, looks like Royal is also. Oh no! Apparently, they have the orb. They're going to Topher.
See him beat Lich though.
They're in Topher, so
The orb yet? No, I guess. Yeah, Royal Noob must have taken down Lich at one point.
Yep. Checking the chest yet, as we know, nothing good in there though.
Alright, let's see which way Royal Noob decides to go. Is he gonna go right? Is he gonna go left?
We know the obvious answer is to go right today. So let's see, right or left, right or left, right or left. Bring that fighter to the bottom slot and finds Tia 2.
Tia 2 is gonna come out with a nuclear first shot, so we might see a reset.
Yep.
Or Fire 3.
5:30.
Kind of wiped out that black mage up there, but...
Also, DVO is on the Fund Dead fight again. Opting to fire 3 on all those. Phantom's hitting hard. 10 hits. Okay, that works. Hopefully. Yep. As long as DVO... Oh god, those Phantoms hitting hard.
Those Phantoms crit him hard right there.
Also, we are joined in chat by one of our finished Dwight. Sitel, who is agreeing with, what we've been saying with how bad these bosses are.
We have a 6th place finisher, Karant. finishes in 6th with a time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, 40 seconds. This was a rough Duck Derby seed here. From what I hear, a lot of these people were finishing these in practice in 45, 50 minutes, so this can't be too pleasant for some of them.
Quack. It's the bosses. It is definitely that alt boss fight.
Quack, 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 quack. Alright, looks like Devio's going at it again. Let's see what he can do this time, see if he can make any changes, any corrections.
I mean, they can always use the flying V.
Oh, let's go Fire 3. If he doesn't see a nuclear, ouch, that was a shot and a half from the Black Belt.
I mean, being able to one-shot one of them down definitely helps decrease the amount of nuclears. And it gets down the second one.
Yeah, now he's gonna just take down the Phantoms before they get him, so...
Oh, this is going to be tough. But gets down one of them. But on one knee, gets down the second. Oh, by the way, hitting 20 times? Wow.
Looks like Rob Draven has entered TOFR as well. He has decided to go away with Kraken here, so... see how that goes for him. Meanwhile, Royal Noob is going to get his first look here at this alt final boss. Let's see if he decides to handle it any different.
They have a certain spell that DVO doesn't, in the way of Harm 4 from level 2.
Looks like Royal Noob's putting up defenses, though. It was Invis 2s. So that could be good for the Phantoms, but right about now, we know that Lich is, those Liches have some awful spells back there. Those Phantoms are critting something fierce here.
They are arming the nukes, but opting to hit. And hit hard.
Alright, and we have a 7th, 8th, and 9th placed finisher. Frytheat finishes in 7th with a time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, 35 seconds. Chadbert finishes in 8th with a time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, 42 seconds. And Static Pulse is finished in 9th with a time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 52 seconds. Oh,
Looks like,
oh, Liches with stop, too. Oh, that doesn't get any better.
I mean, with what our runners have... we got Rob over here taking on the Fun Dead fights. Opting for some Lit 3s.
Going all offense here.
Nuclear coming out. But all the units survive. Lit 3 coming out for 60-some damage. 119 on at least one of the Phantoms. 82 it's on one of them. Hitting up for some more Lit 3. Hitting that one, but ooh, the fighter goes down. Ooh, one of the Black Maces goes down. Oh no.
Yeah, one nuclear, and then the Phantoms take care of the rest.
So Valor in the Sea Shrine. I'm surprised none of our runners have decided to go back and get Harm 4. Or at least the runners that don't have it.
I don't know, but adjustments are going to have to be made by our runners here because they're basically spinning their wheels.
That is true. And DVO back on the Fun Dead fight. And swing and then nuke.
Yeah, he's not getting any turn order. He's not getting any friends here.
Nope. This, as I said, Harm 4. Harm 4. It is available at level 2. You have red, they just throw it on them. Throw it on them and just Harm 4, harmful, swing, swing. That should get you through it.
Reese Wolf has finished in 10th with a time of 1 hour, 16 minutes, 58 seconds. So we still have 20 ducklings running, folks. So there's still lots of places to be had.
Yep. Also, Rob is on the Fun Dead fight again.
Looks like Royal Noob's having a little trouble here with Lich 2. I think Lich 2 pulled out the nuclear as well.
More than likely. Going for
Rob
some Adviz too.
2, but Fire Tree's not bad. You can live with that, but Phantom's taking out Quack.
Yep. Swinging 5 hits takes down at least one of the Liches, which will be useful. Opting for some Lit 3 and some, I could not see what spell it was, that one, but that's gotta hurt on that one.
Yeah, Rob's gonna put that fighter down in the lower spots, but I don't really think it's gonna matter at this point. You need turn order and get very lucky here.
I mean, Lich is opting to start with Fire 3, so that is a thing. DVO managed to take down at least one of them. While Royal is on the fight as well.
You are fighting Kraken 1. He is in goal mode. I don't see his cube, but he probably knows where it's at this point in time, because he does have his TNT, I believe. No, he doesn't, actually. So.
Let's see. Ooh, on DVO side, down to just a couple of Phantoms. Down to 2. I think they've got it.
He needs turn order here. Big time.
Got turn order. Get your GG's ready in chat for DVO.
Oh, and
Who has...
finishes it off.
Yep, get your GG's in chat, folks. For DVO, our first on-screen restream runner to finish.
Finishing with a time of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 20 seconds. This is one rough final boss.
Indeed. Enjoy that victory animation. You've earned that one.
So we'll see if we get Devio in here for an interview. But right now, it looks like Rob is doing some adjustment with his team, moving his fighter around. I like that very much. Royal Noob back on the Kraken, and Utilar is making his way for Sky. So I do believe this will be his 4th being down.
More than likely.
And just the Phantoms are just beating Rob into the ground here.
I mean,
how do you adjust to that? Like, you need luck and turn order. That's basic.
for Royal, they have 2 red mages with harm 4. Throw out harm 4. All the party is undead. It deals massive damage to the enemies. It will deal massive damage to the Phantoms. Then you only have to deal with the nuke. Then you only have to deal with the nuclear.
Yeah, I agree, Gregley. I think Lich 2 decided to get some buddies and say, you know what, I'm sick of you guys treating me like a pinata. But here we go. Royal Noob is going to pull out the Invis 2. He's going to fast fighter. He's going to attack. And Invis 2. Oh, Lich gets its first go with the Fire 3. Does some heavy damage.
Fast coming off. Invis 2 coming off. Nuclear coming out. Wiping most of the party.
Looks like Utilar's found some vampires here, so that's good. Royal Noob going back in to take another beating.
And DVO has joined us in chat. I don't know if they're interested in coming into the booth or not.
Looks like we do have our finishers. We have Mundungu at 13th place, Wolf 35 in 14th place. So almost half our runners are... Oh, there you go. Demon RHK has finished in 15th place, so half of our ducks have finished. And I need to learn to breathe when I talk for a long period of time. GG Devio, what do you think about that final boss?
They need to remove it from the game.
Yeah, we've seen you had some troubles. I'm interested. What were you thinking about, and how did you decide to adjust to the fight?
Well, I kept seeing that I saw that the phantoms were tanky, and they were, well, the Lich was a problem with the spells and everything, and then the phantoms were just hitting like absolute trucks, and so I really just, it came down to make sure that my black belt can take out enemies, at level 42, 10 hits, just destroy everything, and hope that I get like an Invis 2 or 2 out, basically, is what that boiled down to. I was trying to like fast up my thief to try and like take some of the phantoms out, but that wasn't working. It was just, they were just too tanky.
Looks like Royal Noob got some good turn order there. He didn't get any nukes on the first round, and he got his buffs out, so he's just, oh, that crit hurt.
Yeah, the Invis 2 is critical, and taking out the Liches as soon as possible seemed to be like the strat. It eventually worked, but like...
Oh, and Lich time stops the red mage, so he can't heal the fighter. Hey, Karan. GG, by the way.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Looks like Royal is going into Sky. Must be thinking about a grind of some sort here. Meanwhile, Udalar is out of Sky. Then Rob is going up against K2 here. Oh, wipes out 4.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on, because no one finished until, I forget what it was late. For this type of seed, at least. 53 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, the final boss is rough. I mean, it seems to me black belt is the way to go, because, I mean, with a fighter in the mass that's good, but you need a lot of AoE to take down those other guys.
Yeah, being able to take out a Lich without fast was critical, I think. Or at least extremely helpful.
Looks like Royal Noob has found vampires off the power cycle in Mirage, so... No, he looks like he might be going chest checking for something. I mean, a ribbon's not going to help you against nuclear, so... As Rob Draven is finding out. Looks like Rob is left now. He's gonna have to make some adjustments to see how he's gonna deal with his final boss, so I don't know what his plan is. Looks like another grind here.
Honestly, with, grinding to level 50, I wouldn't, blame anyone for that. If you go in there and get spanked like a couple times, and you know what you're up against, it's like, what more can you do than just, like, go,
We actually had a 16th place finisher, DVS, with a time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, 22 seconds, and a 17th place finisher, Tom Strife, with a time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 32 seconds. So we have 13 ducklings left to go.
Yeah, I will comment that when Gregory and I ran this seed like a couple days ago, we hit the Undead Fun Pack, and they didn't even have spells on that one. They were just hitters, and it took me about 20 minutes after Gregory to finish because I had a fighter comp on that, and it was just... This particular alt final boss, even with the scaling not up very high, can be particularly brutal.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, what do you do against it other than have a black belt and hope for some Invis 2
in that particular
or
case, it
ruse
was
or something?
Get better spells and hope you get turn order, and then just pray that you don't get hit down before some of the spells get off into their herd.
Yeah, I guess theoretically the 2 nukes could take out the phantoms.
Fire 3 because they're undead, so they're weak to it, or harm 4. Any of those with the parties that you guys had like a class change ninja with some
Yeah.
levels. If you can get Fire 3, that could have helped too.
I tried Fire 3 and it was like
Get off.
nothing. It was like wet paper towel.
Yeah,
It was
I mean,
not
you
good.
need good rolls and you need good turn order. It's unlucky with this particular pack.
Although Fire 3 was critical for my win because Fire 3 took out a Phantom that Thief hit twice.
Yeah.
Which...
Anything you can do. Shift damage still feels good when it takes something out.
I don't know how many times I wiped, but it was extremely frustrating. I don't know. What did I spend like 30 minutes on that? Whatever.
Looks like Rob Draven's going on that mage fighter tile for a grind here. Meanwhile, Royal Noob is back in and trying K2 here. See if he has any better luck on this go. Royal Noob doesn't have many spells bought though for his red mages, I see. He's only got the first 3 levels. He doesn't get anything above level 3 bots, so.
Was there a better spike tile than the Mage Fighter?
Yes, there was. You had the Tyro tile that you also did use on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good, but
Yeah, we never seen Third Eye Grind or Sorius, so.
Nor the Agama tile. Though I do have to ask, did you think about going out and trying to get one of the harm spells since you did have access to it?
I thought about it. But that probably would have been the next step. Like if I kept wiping with level 42, then it would be like, okay, I seem to remember there being harm 4 somewhere.
Level
Maybe
2. Level 2.
Oh, it was level 2. Did I not buy it? I should have. I must have passed it up.
Nope.
Karant has to be in Lefane. I think it's the only black magic shop we never saw.
Oh, I remember what I did. The Lightning 3, I was like, oh, that's good enough for undead packs. And that was that.
Also, we did not see the Gaia shops, so it could be there as well.
Udlar is making his first trip into Tiwafar. So if Karant checked Lefane, it must have been in Gaia.
Yep. Must have been Gaia. Which means it actually was learnable. Not by the red mages, though, but even so.
Okay, looks like Udlar went towards Kraken. Tiamat coming out with Tornado first. Or Tiamat, sorry. Meanwhile, Royal Noob is now taking out Lich 2. And Rob is still grinding here. Can't say I blame him because he's got a fighter red mage and 2 black mages, so he doesn't got a whole lot for healing or defense at this point in time.
All aggro. For most alt final bosses, it is a strat. Especially if it's the double dragons, or the Whack-A Chaos fights. I mean, 2/3 of the alt final bosses, it covers.
Alright, Udlar trying to take down Royal Noob. Gonna take another shot here at this alt final boss, so let's see if he fares any better on this attempt. He has 2 red mages in his fighter up, so he's going with some Invis 2s. And he is just gonna attack one of the Phantoms.
I mean, as long as the Liches go for their spells, then the Phantoms are the more dangerous threats.
He does have the 2 Invis 2s up now. And the Phantoms are just attacking. But he can't kill... Oh, there's a crit. But he's gotta temper up that fighter somehow. Because, I mean, this fighter's not killing them in one swing. And if your fighter's not killing it in one swing, you're not gonna get through.
Those liches are just gonna throw out like nuclear or something too. I was deathly afraid of that.
Yeah, especially the double nuclear. So what did you fear more, the double nuclear or those Phantoms hitting hard?
I mean, it's kind of a 1-2 punch. I mean, it's like they're both equally bad, but the punches could be mitigated with Invis 2, kind of. So the hope was get 2 of those, and then like maybe I'll like dodge a couple hits get turn order and then take out the liches and just do cleanup. And that's exactly what happened. But I would prefer it to happen a lot sooner.
Also, it looks like Royal Noob is going back to Lefane, hoping to find Nuke there. Also, didn't we see Fade at one point?
Fade was level 4, I believe.
Yeah, level 4 in the 4th spot, so Red Wizard learnable.
Fade was pretty early.
I remember seeing that, but I...
Looks like Udilar's got that katana on his thief. And he's got the red mage swinging the mass at this point, and then he's got One Punch Man. But it looks like the black belt was the key to this.
I mean, I'm a fan of saying, these Super flags, take the black belt.
Yeah, with that way you can basically skip all the chests in the seed, almost, and really just rely on, pure power and, like, some defense on the black belt, and really everyone else is just, helping make that black belt stay alive.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of, if you're worried about a seed, take the black belt. Just take the black belt, it's your guaranteed win. It's like, it's just, as long as, it's just like the just finish. Just finish. Looks like Rob is also on the Fun Dead fight again, managing to get down at least one of these phantoms.
Oh, he used warp. Oh, and then he got bodied and the nuclear comes out.
Oh, no.
At least I can say
no.
I wasn't the only one who suffered through this, so...
No, everybody's suffering on our stream.
I mean, misery loves company.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need a strong drink after this.
I mean, I think at least everybody's going to say, here's hoping the next few duckling derbies aren't, races are going to be that bad.
I don't know, if I'm racing them, then there's a good chance they'll be terrible.
Nah, most likely not, but looks like Battlelore actually tossing out some Fade.
Yes, black belt's hanging on.
I mean, the black belt in this case not being their main form of damage.
Yeah, the problem with like the flag setup for this particular seed, you end up skipping a lot of chests, and then the final boss just absolutely punishes you for not having like super gear, like being able to withstand a couple punches and such. So it's really, I don't know.
I mean, I have to say, everything on that one, after what I'm seeing, it's like Harm 4.
Got to get go turn order here. He's got people stunned. If he can get this Fade off, I do believe he might have a chance at this.
Oh, that's an interesting party comp. I didn't know this till just now. I like it.
Going with the spread just in case you actually can't find the items you have. The other thing.
You gotta go with Fade. You can't heal. You can't.
Nuke!
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
god. Lich just threw out a nuke.
Yeah, I saw the nuke. Lich had nuke and nuclear.
And it looks like Udilar has forfeited. Which I can't say I blame him at this point in time, because this was not easy.
Yeah, this one was real rough. At least the final boss. I don't know if there were any other pain points. I kind of sailed past them with a high-level black belt, but...
None that we really noticed. Not that we really noticed.
But yeah, I got that sinking feeling when I went into Topher and no one had finished. And I'm like, oh, there's either something really nasty here, or I happen to be very lucky. And maybe both, I don't know.
Ooh, Lich 2 has nuclear.
I mean, it's the same as Litz 2 for the final fight.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. And after having seen it like 100,000 times, it checks out. Nuclear
Yeah.
Nuke and Fire 3.
Yep.
Looks like we got ducks dropping now.
The boss isn't that hard. I mean, they have the spells for it. Both of our screen runners do have the spells for it. It's that can they remember to use them?
And can they get turn order too? Because if those phantoms come out swinging early, not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah, it's all about turn order. I mean, you can have all the spells you want. If those phantoms are critting you for 200 and 300, there's not a thing you can do.
Oh, getting Invis 2 on the night, that's a heads-up play. I don't know if it'll turn out. Because those liches are gonna do something.
Well, Royal Noob's giving it another shot. See what happens. He's gonna fast his fighter. Phantom's just taking a... Oh, Phantom's just wiped out his red and black. Before we had it. See, turn order is everything. If you don't get the turn order, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they stop the fighter and then just beat him to submission. Because when you're stunned, you got no evade. So
Yep.
there we go, Rob. Buy that nuke. Purchase that nuke.
Yeah, killing off the Lich with one hit right off the bat is so good. And then, yeah.
Oh, a long Topher would be brutal in this one.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Tiamat was kind of scary. One of them.
That nuke.
Yeah.
If he gets turn order, I think he might have a chance at this now.
But, Life 2 being readily available, I don't know. It seems like, even if things went bad, you could at least pick yourself up. But if you had to fight the alternate final boss at the end of it, I think probably everyone would just quit.
I think so. You'll probably have at least one or two people that will stick it out because everybody quit.
It looks like Ronu's taking on K2. He's got all his Invis 2 stacks up, so now he's gonna start swinging with his fighter and what looks like the X-Cal, maybe? He must have that mass on one of the red mages. Gonna try to cheeky quad X here, and he gets him! Alright, Rob is back in, taking on Lich 2. Looks like he's taking the Lich side, even though Lich is slightly more dangerous in this situation. Alright, Royal Noob's on Lich 2 too, so this is pretty even right here. And down goes Lich 2 for Rob, and down for Devio. So let's see if this nuke spell is going to make all the difference here. You got to get turn order though, I guess. Without turn order, it's pretty much a mute point. Whether you have mute or not, nuke or not, I guess. But he's got two nukes to throw, so hopefully he can get some semblance of turn order and some good rolls, and he might actually be able to pull this off. Meanwhile, Royal Noob is back at it. Gonna fast up his fighter. Gonna throw some temper, some Invis 2s, and... Oh, well that didn't take long.
Yep, it's gonna be good here.
He bought Invis 2 on the fighter. And they go right for the black mage right away. There goes one of his nukes.
That is sad on that one.
Yeah, that's where turn order gets you.
I mean, it does happen.
Looks like Royal Noob has forfeited as well. So Rob is the last runner going on our stream.
I hate to see it, but I totally understand also.
Oh, I would have forfeited after two goes, probably. I wouldn't have even tried a third.
I thought about it, and I never think about forfeiting.
I mean,
when you do everything right, and you're still maybe a 20% odds-on favorite to win, yeah, no, it's just I'm not gonna put myself through that.
Yeah, once I dusted myself off, got to level 42 with the black belt, and came back, it was like, okay, it's just a matter of luck at this point. If I have to do it 10 times or 20 times or whatever, it'll eventually happen. I will get the turn order. I will get the Invis 2 off that'll, give me lucky dodges or whatever, is necessary. And then it'll happen. It's just,
oh god. And on Rob's side, Lich's first, the very first normal Lich 2 throws out nuclear as their first attack. And then Fire 3.
Want to welcome
Two more finishers. Uriel Man in 18th, and Rubes in 19th place, and GG.
I want to welcome into voice chat Royal Nude, who has just joined us.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Royal. How's everything?
Doing great. I'm a little tilted, but I had a lot of fun.
I mean, can't blame you for that one.
I mean, it started off, I don't know, I hit the final dungeon, Topher, at what, 110? Around there. And then I just met Phantom and Friends. Phantom and Friends. I'm super
Okay, if for all we got is bonus nukes off.
Yeah, I mean, I got there one time and I was like, oh, this is gonna be okay. Nuclear. Fun.
I think if Rob can, if that Black Mage can stay alive and get one more nuke off, I think he might be able to take this down. This is going to be all turn order right here. Gets the Invis 2. Oh, that nuke does go off. And all the Phantoms are down. He's almost there. I think he's got it now, though.
oh wow.
Oh yeah, nuke goes off. There you go. Get your GGs out in chat.
Nice.
That was a rough go. All right, I think we still have 10 people running, maybe less. I don't know.
What tier did Nuke end up falling at?
Nuke was level 8.
I figured it had to be 7 or 8. It's the 2 I didn't check. I
Yeah.
damned off my Black Mage super early.
I didn't even look at level 7 8 spells.
Yeah, I didn't either. As soon as I saw there wasn't any decent sweepers really in the first 4 tiers, I had 2 red mages and I was like, okay, Black Mage's gonna die.
I mean, Lit 3 is okay. It's, it's you can use that in most cases, but it's not like obviously what you want.
Yeah, I didn't feel it was worth keeping my Black Mage up, and I figured I'd just spread the experience onto my fighter and red mages.
Also,
Yeah, it's
going
not.
to welcome into voice chat right now Rob Draven, who finished in 20th place.
GG, Rob.
Yeah, GG.
Gee. Man, that final boss kicked my trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, J-Man has finished in 21st place with a time of 1:47:20, and that final boss was absolutely ridiculous. For you guys to stick it out that long, I would have been gone after the second wipe.
I lost count after a while.
Same here. I ended up just saying, you know what? Let's go to 32.
Yeah,
So I got a question for you, Rob. I see you made adjustments. You went and got nuked. Those adjustments help. What made you decide to make those adjustments instead of trying to beat your head off the wall and hope for RNG?
RNG was not going to be my friend there. It was just I was like, you know what? After like the fifth or sixth wipe, I'm like, or even more than that, I was like, you know what? I need nuke. I know nuke's either level 7 or in the one level 7 shop I didn't check, or level 8. And so I was like, you know what? Let's pick 8.
Yeah, I did something similar. I went after a bunch of wipes. I went and got the tail because I knew where it was. I went and promoted my team because I had some better gear, and that didn't even help. Well,
Yeah.
that was loud.
Of course, wiping like 4 times in ice right at the beginning of the seed didn't help either. So
Yeah,
no, I did ice like last.
Those wolves weren't very nice. They had what, lit 2,
yeah, I believe so. It was lit 2,
and they came in like past the 7.
yeah, a dragon armor like 3 or 4 times.
I missed everything in ice because, like, I originally was gonna keep my black mage dead, but they could learn warp, and the red mage couldn't. So I was like, okay, bring them back. Go back to and then do that before going into ice. I just warped all the way back out after getting the Oxyale.
Yeah, I thought about that, and then I was like, well, I'm here. I've already sunk time into it. Might as well just stick it out. Just like banging my head against the wall in Topher.
I do really regret not getting Harm 4. I made a conscious decision to skip it, and I should have bought it anyway.
Yeah. All I gotta say is that was a thing.
Yeah, it definitely was a thing, but that's only round 1, boys. You got 3 more rounds to look forward to.
I mean, I still had a lot of fun with the seed, and I don't think I played too horribly. I will admit, with this being my first race and my first attempt at doing anything competitive, like the nerves were getting me pretty bad. Especially at the beginning, I kind of just flew around aimlessly.
Yeah, one thing I've learned from the last time I did one of these tournaments was a long time ago. I went back to the Legend of Zelda Rando was starting, but one thing I learned is just when you get into a seed and you're playing the game, just play your game. Don't worry about what's in SRL. Don't worry about what's going on. Just focus on what you're doing, and generally the pieces will fall into place. But there's no
I started getting into my groove a little bit about at the 10-minute mark.
It just takes a few of these. I mean, once you get into the groove, it'll be second nature.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the second track. Hopefully, I actually complete it. I'm a little disappointed in that, but
Yep, I got a couple days myself to. I got to go throw myself in about 2 or 3 of these seeds, like I did today with the first track.
Yeah, I need to look at what the second track is. I haven't been having enough time to practice Final Fantasy.
Who needs practice?
you just need a tremendous amount of luck and a black belt.
Talking about practice.
Hey, I can't be too mad. Before the race, I said as long as my route includes making some steak and wings, I'll be content. And I did that.
Oh yeah, there's a good tile for that.
I made a lot of steak and wings.
Yeah, I ran away or reset out of every stake I ran into.
Yeah, so I do believe we have 2 runners left at this point. I am unsure as to who they are, but I do believe there's 2 people still running. So I don't know if we are going to stay live till everybody's done, or do they need RPG limit break for something else?
I mean, we
what?
can stay on for a little while, but as soon as you guys want to wrap up, we're fine. Since the 4 runners that were on stream have finished in one form or another.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We can wrap this up anytime. We'll start with some final thoughts here. Devio, if you're still here, what do you think, buddy? Any final thoughts and any thoughts moving forward?
Next time, I need to get Harm 4. Get Harm 4 always. Every time. Don't skip it.
Royal Noob, same question, buddy.
I think I need to work on my routing a little bit, but overall, I committed to a team that ended up being weak on sweepers, and I know I need to just work on routing that doesn't involve having Rainbow Mage, because I rely way too much on Fade and Nuke to get through the seeds.
And last but not least, Rob Draven, same question.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, I was pretty happy with my routing and everything. I just ran into some walls, so it's just kind of try to shore up and see if I can get some better RNG down the road. But GG's, everybody.
Oh yeah, GG's. I just want to say thanks for having us, and I had fun.
Yeah, thanks to the race crew and everyone putting this together and everyone watching. You're all great.
And I'll third that sentiment, so you can take us out, Angry.
All right, so on behalf of my co-commentator, Magius1, our restreamer, Dark Moon, and our runners, Udilar, Royal Noob, Rob Draven, and Devio XS, I am the Hangry Canuck. Thank you for joining us, and there will be more of this random action coming up soon. There's still 3 more rounds to go, so I hope everybody enjoys your night.